Manoj, can you please give the contact number so that everyone can note it down? Some people are newly joined, right? That's the reason. Okay. For those people, you have to share the document index and everything. Please note it down that number. If you are not able to note it down that one, please note it down the number. 9154861171. Okay. 9154861171. 9154861171. Okay. Thank you, Manoj. Okay. Note it down. So who want to like installation part, that's related things I'm not explaining here. Okay. Just I'm explaining like after installing Power BI, what are all the things that we need to discuss. Okay. See here. So I already clearly shared the document. In the document, each and every stepwise installation process is that. Just to verify with Manoj. Okay. You just need to ping it in the WhatsApp so that he can share index architecture as well as initial demo classes Power BI document. He will share it to you. Okay. From Tuesday onwards, regular class will be there. Okay. Monday, there is no class. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There is no classes. Understand clearly or not? Okay. See here. Whenever you open Power BI, see here. Power BI. See, that means if you after installing which application, see, one important point is before going to install it, some requirements are there for installing Power BI in your laptop or desktop. First point is Power BI desktop is a software. Okay. Power BI desktop. Okay. This is the software you have to install in your laptop or a desktop. Because in this particular application only we are creating all the reports and everything. Okay. In your system, if this particular, if Power BI desktop is required, means that is a software. That means you have to download from the from the Microsoft site and you have to install it. Very, very simple steps to install it. Just go through my document. Understand clearly or not? Once the installation part is completed, next you have to open a Power BI desktop app in your laptop or desktop. Vijay, can I create a reports in? Can I create Power BI reports in mobile? Is that possible? No. Always Power BI desktop. And one more important point is Power BI desktop doesn't have web application. Only offline application. This is a software that you have to install and download in your laptop or desktop. There only you have to do that one. Okay. Once the installation part is completed, you can create the report by using when open this particular app and create your own reports and everything. Understand clearly? But if you want to install this Power BI desktop, okay, some prerequisites are there. Okay, some prerequisites. That means requirements. If I want to install Power BI desktop, means what is required in my laptop. Okay. So your laptop contains Windows operating system. Okay. Okay. What is that? In Windows operating system only Power BI desktop will works. In Windows operating system only Power BI desktop will works. Okay. Understand or not? Minimum in your laptop or desktop, in your laptop or desktop, in your laptop or desktop, okay, minimum 8 GB RAM. What is that? 8 GB RAM or 250 GB SSD. Okay, in your laptop or a desktop, minimum 8 GB RAM or 250 GB SSD. Must and should required. If you have these two, then only Power BI desktop software will works in your laptop or desktop. Must and should. So who are using RAMs? Better to use SSDs. SSDs are very, very, very fast. For any application, not only this one, for any application, if you want to run quickly, SSDs are the best one. Understand clearly or not? So try to take SSD, like 500 GB SSD is fine for your laptops. For handling Power BI, 500 GB is enough. Understand clearly? Same cost only. What RAM cost, it will be the same cost only. Maybe 1 or 2 to 300 extra will be there. Better to use in your laptops. You have to take SSDs only. Okay. For Vijay, I have a doubt. My laptop is very old. So can I install SSD into that one? Yes. They are removing the slot for RAM and they are putting SSD into that one. Understand clearly? These are the two requirements must and should. Once these two requirements are there, you just need to simply install Power BI desktop. This is the one. This is the process. See. What is Power BI and everything? I already shared all these things. Okay. How to install? See here. Step by step, a screenshot, which option and everything. Okay. And so which option you have to select it and everything. See here. And click on next, next, next to finish. Last option is finish. Once the installation is done, you need to find whether the software is properly installed or not. Okay, every month try to download the latest version and install. And how would you know the latest version is will be released? Means go to the YouTube and type, like, there are so many things are there. Don't worry, again from Tuesday onwards, again I will explain you all these things. Understand clearly or not? Now if I need to open Power BI desktop and discuss few of the topics. Okay. In that one, see here. If you want to open Power BI desktop software, means click on Windows key in your keyboard. Okay. There you have to type like Power BI desktop. Okay. There you have to type like Power BI desktop. Understand clearly or not? Power BI desktop. See here, I open this Power BI desktop. Once you open a Power BI desktop, okay, see here, under home, you will have an option called blank report. You have to click on that. Whenever you click on that one, then only Power BI desktop application will open. Understand clearly or not? Click on this one. When you click on this one, see here, Power BI desktop will open. Understand clearly or not? See, whatever options are available in Power BI desktop, the same options are available in any other application. That means whatever applications you are handling in your, either in your mobile or in different skills or anything you handle, same type of options are there. That's the reason Power BI is a user friendly tool. Understand clearly? See here, for example, see here, under file, you have home option, save option, save as option. You already know all these things, right? Because in an MS Office, in Excel, the same options are there or not? Even in home also, when you click on their new, when they click on new in Excel, what will happen? New Excel will. Here also, if you want to open a new Power BI file, under home, under the new blank report. So you already created some report, though you already created some Power BI report, those related reports, but where that particular reports are there, I forget the location. I want to open any of the location. Then what you have to do, come to the open, those recently what are all the Power BI files you open, and those Power BI files in which location it is there. This particular Power BI file in which location it is there, that see here. Those are related options. Here it is available. When you double click on this particular one, that particular report automatically it will open it. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? Huh? Is that clear or not? So this is how, if you want to open the existing, you already know all these options. Save as, okay. If you want to share the report, or if you want to connect with a different data sources, here itself all the things. Don't worry, in the regular class I will explain you each and every point. Understand? When it comes to the home ribbon, see on the top you will see there are different tabs are there, right? But those we cannot call it here as tabs. We can call it as ribbons. What is that? Ribbons. Each ribbon having different options. Understand or not? Each ribbon having different options. Each option having different behavior it is there. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Understand clearly? See here. Now, what is the main point is, see, if you want to create Power BI reports, means what is required? If you want to create Power BI reports, means what is required first? What is required? You required the data. Data, right? Without data, we cannot create any reports. In any application, in any reporting tools, without data, we cannot create a single report. Data is must and should required. So for getting a data from the data sources, that means, okay, where your data is there, those we can call it as data sources. Okay, so you have to connect in from Power BI, you have to connect to that particular data sources and load the data into Power BI. After that, you can create a report, everything. Okay, so if you want to connect to any of the data source, under home ribbon, you will have an option called get data. In this get data, if you click on more, you will have n number of data sources. What is that? N number of data sources. See here. See here. N number of data sources. See here. Excel is a data source. Text or CSV, XML, JSON, folder, PDF, SharePoint, SQL Server, okay, Oracle, IBM DB2 database, all the things. Like when you come down, you will see more. You see here, Sybase, Teradata, SAP HANA, okay, Amazon Redshift, okay. So next one, Google BigQuery, Snowflake, ESS Base, Okay, data flows and semantic models, Lakeview, all these things, even Azure related, Azure SQL, Azure Blob Stage, Azure Data Factory, all the things are available. All the data sources are available here. Even SharePoint, Dynamics, Dynamic 365 related data also you can pull it. Okay, not only this one, when you come down, so many Azure DevOps related things also you can load the data. Understand or not? Like that. So whichever data sources are available, all with those data sources, you can connect it and load the data without having any license. Understand clearly or not? License is required for that particular data source, but for Power BI, for connecting to the data source or loading the data, any license is not required. Very, very important point. Please don't forget this one. Understand? Simply you just need to connect it and give the credentials and load the data. That's it. Understand clearly? Suppose, for example, if you want to load the Excel data, that means you have to connect to this Excel workbook. Excel workbook is the data source. Now, when you select Excel workbook, where which Excel data it is connected, whichever Excels are available in your local system or in laptop or a desktop. Okay, in your laptop, whatever Excels are there, we can those only we can connect it. Vijay, my Excel is there in SharePoint. Then you cannot connect with Excel to the SharePoint. You can connect with the SharePoint first. Under the SharePoint, you can load the Excel data. Understand? Your Excel is there in SharePoint means you cannot say Excel is the data source. You can say what is that one? SharePoint is the data source, because under the SharePoint your Excel data is there. Where your data is there, that we can call it as data source. I told you, right? Sometimes my Excel is there in OneDrive. Sometimes my Excel is there in Google Sheets. Okay. So wherever it is there, those we can call it as data sources. But if you connect with this Excel workbook, it always connect to your local Excel. That means in your laptop, what Excels are there, those only we can load it. Understand clearly or not? See here, click on just to select that particular, not only this one, anything you can select it and just click on connect it. And whichever data sources, see here, I'm selecting simply one of the Excel which is there in your local system. I'm selecting that one. Under the Excel, what it is there? See, there are different sheets data is there. Okay, whichever sheets data you require, that you have to select that one and load it. Vijay, can we select multiple tables, more than one tables? Yes, it is possible. See here, I'm selecting locations and products and click on. Understand clearly or not? That means you can connect with any of the data source and load that one. Vijay, I have a doubt here. Suppose in your report you are connected to the Excel and load few of the data set. Okay. Can we, in the same report, can we connect with a different data source and load that particular data also into this Power BI? You understand or not? I already connect with Excel and load few of the data sets. Now, in the same report, I want to connect with different data sources and load the data. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. What is that? Yes, it is possible. You can, in one report, you can connect with n number of data sources and you can load n number of data sets into Power BI. That is the biggest advantage. Understand? If you suppose, for example, initially you are connected with that Excel means in the same report, always Excel's data only, we cannot connect it. You can, in any of the report, you can connect with n number of data sources and load n number of data sets in the same report. Understand clearly? But once at a time, it is not possible. One after the other, you can connect to that particular data source and load the data. First, you want to load Excel data, connect it and load it. After that, I want to load Oracle data. Connect it and load it. After that, I want to connect Azure data. Load. That means whatever the data sources you connected and whatever the data sources data you are loading into Power BI, those all must and should be in a table format. Table format of data only we can load it into the Power BI. If any different type of data is there, we cannot load it. Understand it clearly or not? Even Excel or in Oracle or in SQL Server, all the things are there in table format or not. That's the reason we can load that, because all the reporting tools are required to get the data in a table format. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? Okay, is that clear? In a table format of data only we can load it. Is that clear? Okay, this is how you can connect with any of the data sources and load the data into Power BI. Understand? Once the data is available in Power BI itself, sometimes you can do some modifications. Understand? On the data, whatever the data set you are loading, suppose I will tell you what modification. You are loading one table. Okay. In that table, there are 15 columns are there. But in my, for my report, I required only 5 columns. Remaining 10 columns, what we can do? We can remove it. Vijay, so where we can remove it? In Power BI, we can remove it. Vijay, why can't you remove it from the data source? Understand what my question or not? You required 5 columns only. Then why you keep it in the data source itself? Why you are maintaining 15 columns? Remove the 10 columns there itself. Why you are doing here? Because maybe that Excel related data, that means that particular 15 columns data, in another report, those all 15 columns are required. For my Power BI report, I required only 5. That means I cannot remove 10 columns in the data source itself. What you can do, first 15 columns, you can pull it into Power BI. In Power BI, for your report, whichever columns you required, you can keep it. Remaining columns, you have to remove it in Power BI only. Understand? Why you are doing means, maybe that particular Excel related table data, all the 15 columns are required for another report, not for this report. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? So whatever modifications you have to do it in Power BI, those all the modifications we can do it in transform data. Okay. Actually in Power BI, there are 4 major topics are there. One is transform data. Another one is DAX functions. Next one is modeling. Next one is visualization. Next one is service. Power BI service. These are the complete topics in Power BI. Okay. So in this, so after pulling the data, any modifications you have to do, it means that you have to go with the transform data topic. Okay. In transform data, there are n number of options are there to modify the data. So that option is, this is the option it is there. Understand or not? Transform. Just click on that one. When you click on that one, a new window will open. This window, we can call it as transform data window or Power Query Editor window. What is that? Power Query Editor window or transform data window. Here only we can do modifications on the data. Understand? If you want to do any modification on the data, here itself you can do it. See here, we have n number of options. We can remove the columns, we can remove the rows, we can split the columns, and you can replace the values. You can apply the group by. You can get the column from multiple data sets using merge queries. You can combine multiple rows into single data set. Understand? You can combine multiple rows from multiple data sets into single data set. Understand? If you want to change the data type of the column, okay, here itself, and if you want to do the modification, rename the column, okay, or else if you want to move the column from one place to another place, see here, either this column I want to drag and drop and put it here. Okay, now see here, column name is arranged or not. Okay, if you want to move the column from one place to another place, like that. Okay, suppose I have an address column is there. I want to split that particular column into multiple columns, because in address column there are so many things are there: door number, pin code, okay, district, states, all the things are there or not. I want it in a separate one, but they are giving in a single column. I want it in different columns. I want to make those all the things we have to do it in the split column. See here, if I want to convert the lowercase letter, uppercase letters, okay, capitalize each word. Okay, capitalize each word means starting character only capital, remaining all are small letter, those related options. If you want to remove the spaces, trim option you have to use. If you want to add some value to the before that one, you have to use add prefix, add suffix related one. Okay, if you want to combine multiple columns into single column, like this, there are n number of options are there to modify on the data set. From which data source we are getting those data on those data sets, if you want to do the modification, must and should you have to come to the this transform data window. Understand? You have to come to transform data window. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Okay, so not only this one, suppose for example, if you want to refresh it, or else see here, if you want to refresh means connect to that particular data source again and load the data. Understand or not? Whichever data source you are connected, there is one drawback in Power BI data source related. What is that one means? Once your data is loaded into Power BI, after that, in the data source, we have the latest data is available. Okay, when the latest data is available in the data source, it's not automatically pull the latest data into Power BI. You have to pull that latest data into Power BI by using what option? Refresh option. By using refresh option only we can do that one. Understand clearly or not? And see here, next one is, what is the next one? DAX functions. Okay, next topic is DAX functions, where you need to create the DAX functions and everything. Functions means it's not like 1500 lines or 200 lines of code. Okay, it is a single word, only one word related functions. It is sum, min, max, all the DAX functions, whatever it is available in Power BI, those all the DAX functions, 60% you know. Remaining 40% only you have to learn new functions are available. Those functions, how it will work. And one more important point is in the latest version, okay, so even writing a DAX functions also it's very difficult. So that's the reason Power BI increase the performance of those DAX functions. That means Power BI will implement new things to give the less burden to the developer. Even for DAX functions also, no need to write anything. If whatever function you are writing, whether it is correct or not, in this DAX query view, you can validate here. And you can validate here. And if any something is wrong, here itself it is showing. Not only this one. And one more important point is one new option is included, that is new calculation. Whenever this recently this option is added, whenever this option is came to the picture, what will happen here it is, whenever this particular option is came to the picture, we can simplify the DAX functions. That means previously we are writing DAX functions like 10 to 15 lines, multiple functions I'm writing in one formula bar, but now single function only, single only by using new calculation. Suppose for example, I will tell you examples. Okay. So here, sales data set is there. Suppose for example, what I am doing is I'm giving a geography level. See here, and amount, what amount? See here. So this is the one. Suppose for example, individually for Australia, this is the value. For Canada, this is the value it is getting. Okay. So if I want to write a DAX function to calculate running total, that means this value plus this value is giving. Okay. Like that running totals will be there. Suppose running totals means this is the one. Suppose I have a value, this is the one. Okay. I want to calculate running total means cumulative total. That means for first one only. When it comes to the second one, current value plus previous value. What is that one? That value it is getting. When it comes to here, 3 plus 2 plus 1, how much it is? 6. These are all running total. For this one, previously we are writing a DAX functions. Okay. Or else, if you want to calculate the sum of things, like how you can write the DAX functions, when you click on this particular data set, on which column you want to perform it, see, DAX functions are applicable on these three options: new method, new column, and new table. Okay, I want to apply sum. So for single related DAX functions, you can apply it on new new measure. Okay, when I click on new measure, what will happen? See here. Suppose for example, I'm showing how the DAX functions are writing here. Okay, sum first. What is that one? Boxes. See here. Is it a single word or not? Is it a sum is a single word or not? Inside that, on which column you want to perform the DAX function, just write that one. That's it. Just pass the column name, automatically it will calculate it. See here, even if I drag and drop also, the same result, whatever it is getting here, the same result. Understand? In normal column also same result. Even if you want to write the DAX function also, it is a single word functions. Understand? All the DAX functions are single word function that you can write it. Like suppose if it is a complex thing means I will show you one example. Suppose I want to calculate the cumulative sum. If I want to write the DAX function, how can I write this one? Let's see. Suppose for example, there is an option called quick measure. Now see here. For calculating a running total, see here. See, in Power BI, you no need to write any DAX functions. Automatically, Quick Measure will create all the things it is. Understand? See the beauty of the Quick Measure. Suppose if I'm calculating running total option, okay, and what is the base value? On which column you want to calculate the running total? That column you have to select it. What is that column? What is that column? On which column you want to calculate the sum? What is that column? Boxes is the column. Boxes is the column. After getting the total of that one, that column name is sum of boxes it is showing. So that column you have to drag and drop in the base one. Okay. In field column, on which column basis you want to generate this particular result, that column you need to pass in the field. What is that one? Geography. What is that? Geography. See here, I'm selecting this one and click on, just come down. There is an option called add. See, if I want to run, I'm automatically Power BI will calculate the running total. You just need to choose the options. That's it. See here, if I'm drag and drop this one, see what is the running total? This one. See, first one is this one. Second one means adding of these two it is getting. Third one means adding of these three it is getting this one. Fourth one means adding of all the fours is this is again. Understand clearly or not? See, but if you want to write a DAX function, how much code you need to write it? See here, this much of code you need to write the DAX function. Understand clearly or not? In Tableau also, like we have an option to write a DAX functions. But if you want to write it, okay, if I'm good in writing a DAX function, then I can handle it. Who are poor, they cannot handle it easily, right? That's the reason these are the beautiful options are available in Power BI Quick Measure. But there is a problem in Quick Measure is, okay, only few options are available. That means, see here, when you click on this one, you have only few options only we can apply it on Quick Measure. Understand? See here. See, these are the default options like aggregation, filters, time intelligent, total, and mathematical operations. Okay. Text, start reading, like this. Okay. Only few of the options. But if you want to, like suppose all the options not implementing in the Quick Measure, we need to do some other modification. Where you need to do is, recently they are adding an option called new calculation. Here itself, in this particular option itself, we can do it. Suppose for example, same running total I want to calculate it. Understand? So for this particular visual, click on the three dot button. There is an option called new calculation. When you click on new calculation, here itself you have to write it. See how simplify running total I'm writing. Running sum I'm writing. On which column? What is the column name? In this visualization, what is the column name? That you need to write it. Understand? In DAX function, you have to write original column name. When you use new calculation, in the visualization, what is the column, on which column basis you want to calculate running total? That column name. What is the column name here? What is the column name here? So on which column basis you want to calculate running total? Some of boxes are some, see, in the visualization, what columns are they, thus you have. But in DAX functions, what we are using original column. That means boxes column like that. That is the original column. But whatever new calculation you are performing, always that new calculation related in the visualization, in that particular visualization, if you have the whatever columns you have it on that columns, if you want to perform anything, then we have to use this one. Understand clearly or not? What is those columns? Sum of boxes, comma. You just need to give rows. Row wise only we need to calculate, right? That's the reason rows. Just execute this one. Same result is getting or not? See here. Even this also, see here. When I calculate the calculation column, this is the one. Click on this one and edit calculation. Here itself. See here how simplify we can write it. Otherwise, if I'm writing a DAX function, how many lines? 9 lines. 9 lines to how much? How many lines? 1 line of coding. This is how the simplifying all the DAX functions. Try to use it. But there is a drawback in new calculation. What is the drawback? This cannot used in other visuals. Well, this is applicable to only for this particular visual. Understand clearly or not? Okay. This option, the calculation option cannot have the reusability. Okay. Always we can, this particular calculation, we can use it in this particular visual. If you want to use the same calculation for other visual, in other visual it will. But whatever the DAX functions you created, okay, so this one I created DAX function, right? This is reusability. Understand clearly or not? Like you can use any visual we can use it. But new calculation, whatever you are performing, it is applicable to that particular visual only. If you want to create for another visual again you have to implement it. You cannot use the same calculation to that particular visual. Understand clearly? Is that clear or not? So there are n number of options are there. Just to verify my particular document index. Okay, what DAX function I'm covering all the things. Okay, most of the times I'm comparing like previously how the DAX functions are there. Now how simplify it is. Understand clearly or not? Huh? Is that clear? Now see here. So next one is, see here in left pan there are four different tabs are there. In this one, first tab is called as report view. What is that? First one is called as report view. Report view. Okay. In this report view only, by taking different visualizations here, by using different visualizations, you can create the reports in report view tab only. Not only one visual, in one page itself, you can take n number of visuals. See here. Suppose, for example, this is a visual I'm creating in this particular. Take another visual. In the same page itself, you can create n number of visuals. Not compulsory, only one visual. Okay. So by by using all these visualizations, you can create your own reports and everything. Understand clearly or not? Next one is table view. Okay, whatever the data sets you are loaded into this particular Power BI report, those related data sets, if you want to see it in a table format, that means like a table means containing rows and columns, right? Understand or not? Okay. So for this sales column, what are the column names? Under the column, what values are there? Okay. Suppose if you go to the products related on for product related table, what columns are there? What values are there under this one? Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? This is how model view. table view. When it comes to the model view, whatever the data sets you are loaded into Power BI, those data sets data in a table form, in a box format, it is showing here. Under the box format, whichever columns are there, those are all the columns you can see. See here, geo and region column. Okay. If you want to see this columns data, where we can see? If you want to see this columns data, where we can see? Where we can see this columns data? I told you, right? What is that option? Table view. In table view only, and column wise data we can see it, right? See here. Under geo, what are the values are there? Under region, what are the values are there? In model view also, same thing. Understand clearly? Understand clearly or not? Okay. So in model view, what we can do here means providing a relationship between the data sets. What is that? Providing a relationship in between the data sets. See here, there is a relationship is there or not? There is a line between these two data sets, right? This is a relationship line. Okay. Sometimes Power BI will automatically provide a relationship. Okay. For some cases, Power BI cannot provide a relationship. Which cases those are? So if the in your tables, whatever tables you are loading, if you have the same column names and only one same columns are there, then automatically Power BI will provide. Suppose, for example, in both the data set, column names are same, like multiple column names are same in both the data sets. At that point of time, Power BI cannot provide. Because Power BI don't know like with what column you need to provide a relationship. At that point of time, you have to provide it. Understand what I am saying? In this model view, you can provide a relationship between the data set. Sometimes Power BI automatically provided it. How? Means, see here. Based on the data set column names. If the data set column names are same, automatically provide a relationship. But column names, only one column name only, if it is same, Power BI automatically provide a relation. Suppose in both the data set, you will have different column names, same is there. Suppose ID is there, product is there. Suppose ID name is there. In one data set, ID name is there. In another data set, ID name is there. At that point of time, Power BI cannot provide a relationship. Understand? Suppose in one data set, ID name is there. In another data set, ID sales is there. Now the same column, only one column only same in both the data set. Then automatically provide a relationship. Power BI will automatically provide a relationship. Okay. If the column names in one data set, if you have whatever columns are there, the same column names are there in other data set. Okay. At that point of time, Power BI cannot provide it relationship. If column only one column name is same in both the data set, at that point of time, Power BI automatically provide a relationship between the data set. Understand clearly or not? Okay. That is the one thing here. That means, see here, not only this one, we can hide or unhide the columns here. What is that? Hide or unhide the columns. That means if you want to hide any particular column, mouse over to that particular column, click on this particular I symbol. When you click on I symbol, what will happen? That column is hided. Okay, whichever column you click on I symbol, that column is hided. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Huh? Okay. So this is what. If you want to unhide the column means I want to unhide this because if cross I symbol means that column is hidden. If you want to unhide means again you have to click on this cross I symbol. See here. Now the column is unhidden. Understand? Which is why we need to hide or unhide the column. Because suppose for example in a scenario you have 15 columns are there in one data set. I'm using only 5 columns now. 5 columns now. Maybe in future I want to use other columns also. At that point of time you cannot delete those columns, right? What you can do? You need to hide a columns. Okay. So in those cases only we are hiding the columns here in this one. Understand model topic? The last topic, see another one is DAX query view. In this DAX query view, what are all the calculation, what are all the DAX functions we can write it. Those related DAX functions we can validate here whether that particular DAX function is correct or not. If it is wrong, where the problem it is there, you have to rectify. Here itself you can rectify it. Understand clearly or not? Last topic is visualization. This is the main topic, visualization. So now using transform data, using DAX function, using modeling, our complete business data in a structural format. Initially, we didn't have the data in a structural format. By doing all these operations, transform, DAX functions, and modeling, the proper data is prepared. Once the proper data is there, then represent that particular data in a different visualization. Suppose, for example, see here, this is the one. This is a column chart. Whenever you take the column chart here, okay, see here, you no need to write for showing any particular visual or representing a visual with the different columns. You no need to write single line of coding. Understand? You just need to drag and drop the columns automatically. See here, in this particular sales column, I want geography as well as amount. See here, just I'm selecting, automatically visual is created or not? Visual is created or not? This is what it is happening in real time also. Just you need to take, suppose for example, this one. Okay. I'm taking a pie chart here. For this pie chart, see here. See how it is. Just I am selecting the columns, automatically visual is created. In that visual, what it is represented? This color is related to this color is related to, see here in the right side it is glowing. What color? What is the name of that one? What is this color related to? India. See here. For this one, what is the color? India. How much amount is there? 3 million. Here it is. Out of complete circle, 100% of circle for this particular part, what is the percentage wise? Automatically, Power BI will show the percentage automatically for this particular visual. Out of all the 100% of circle, this particular area is 17% is covered. Understand or not? Suppose this one, which color it is? Australia. This color is related to what? Australia. Australia, how much? 3 million. 3 million means how much percentage occupied? 16.3. Like that, everything you can verify. See, just to take the visual and drag and drop the columns into that particular visual, automatically visual is created. See how simply we can create the reports in Power BI. Not only this one, even in real time also, we didn't have any burden on that one. More burdens will be there in organization level is data sources. Like sometimes the proper data is not loading, unwanted data is loading. They have more work. Our Power BI part is very, very, very easy one. Just if they are providing a data, just we can load that particular data in the visualization. That's it, or what. But in Power BI, we need to we can make the data in a structural, by default in structural formatted data, proper structure, what users are expecting in the same format. If you want to represent it, that is structural. Understand? So by using transform data or DAX function or modeling, okay, using all these three, we can make the table data in a structural format. And after making a structure, just to represent the columns in the visualization. Just to represent means selecting the columns, that's it, automatically visual. This is how the report is created. Understand? Nothing we can do in that one. Understand clearly? Once the report is created, what is the next step you have to do? You have to share a report. How you can share it? Vijay, can we share it in WhatsApp? Vijay, can we share it in Vijay, can we share it in Gmail? Can we share it in Outlook? No, because those having some limitations, up to 25 file only we can send it. If it is more than that, we cannot send it, right? Limitations are there. That's the reason Power BI will create one place called Power BI service. What you have to do? You have to move this particular report into Power BI service. There itself you can share the report to the different users. Okay. Whatever report you create in Power BI desktop, you have to move those reports into Power BI service. From there, you can share it to the different users. Is that clear or not? Huh? Any doubts in this one? Okay. This is how the complete demo. Okay. Understand? From Tuesday onwards, actual class. Again, from the installation part onwards, step by step installation also I will explain you. Whenever the regular class, in demo class 5 days it will be there. Within the 5 days, we just how we can show the Power BI, how it look like that, how you can understand it or not. You have to. And in these 5 days, you can understand whether whether this tool is suitable or not. We cannot say each and every point. If you are saying each and every point, means it taking time process. So understand or not? Understand? So once, don't worry, all the things are complete. When Power BI is completed, we have so many things out there, like one live project, interview questions discussion, resume preparation, and Naukri, how you can apply the jobs in Naukri. All the things I will explain to you. The scope of this particular Power BI, if I learn Power BI, can I get the job? Means 100% you will get it. Understand? Even shopkeeper also using Power BI. See how the Power BI it is. Not in the organization level. Shopkeeper also using Power BI reporting tool. Because he want to see the business. Suppose I am putting one shop, clothes shop it is. Month, daily, how much I am getting. How many products are sold, how many products I'm getting in each and every project, how much profit I'm getting. You want to verify it, right? Previously, what will happen? They need to write it in a book. Okay. In a book, how it is calculated. Again, he need to open a calculator and everything. No need to do like this. Just putting drag and drop the thing in Power BI. If he handle Power BI, he can easily know that one. No need of calculation, anything. Automatically, Power BI will calculate all the calculation. Understand or not? So, like this, so much of advantages will be there in this particular reporting tools. Reporting tools are nowadays very powerful because some people are not interested in the coding part. They didn't have an idea, so they are not focusing. So my suggestion is, who are not interested in the coding part, the better to choose reporting tools. In that, Power BI is the best one because every month they are going to release a new versions. In other reporting tools, every quarter or yearly or something it will happen. But in Power BI, it is not. Every month they are going to release a new version. So with the new releases, we can have more advantages up there. I will tell you one by one. Okay, August also it will generated. So with August, what we can do, I will explain to you. Understand clearly or not? So we can stop it here and we'll continue on Tuesday. Monday there is no class. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear, online team? So we can stop it here and we'll continue on when? Tuesday. Okay. So bye guys.